Moscow is ramping up its assault on key cities as Ukrainians continue to stand their ground. My next guest was born in Ukraine and still has family there. Joining me right now is Indiana Congresswoman Victoria Spartz. Congresswoman, thanks very much for being here. First question, how is your family? I know your grandmother is in Ukraine. What can you tell us about how they are doing this morning?
Well, we really have a hard time communicating with them right now, so hopefully they're doing okay, but you never know. All of the cities that are under siege get bombarded day and night, and they're using very dangerous weapons. They're killing civilians, and I think that is a very serious situation, and I'm glad to see that Senator Lindsey Graham is working with UK, and we're going to do the same in the House to bring some responsibility to these generals that are actually coming after civilians and trying to kill civilians. It's not a war, it's a destruction of the people. So everyone is in danger, and I think it's important for international community to step up and provide some humanitarian corridors as safety passages, because a lot of people get now targeted to be killed. The one that tried to get evacuated, I think it's going to be a huge humanitarian crisis if we don't deal with that.
And it is a humanitarian crisis already. I've been asking the question all morning, why isn't the free world doing more? I mean, for you, this is not just a congressional situation. This is personal. And we see that this administration is still buying oil from Russia. When will we stop paying Putin to finance his war? The U.S. House of Representatives approved a resolution to stand by the people of Ukraine, and I know that it condemns Vladimir Putin's invasion and it demands an immediate ceasefire and full withdrawal of Russian forces. But, Congresswoman, it's not happening. He's got the tanks rolling in Ukraine. He's got his soldiers on foot with guns patrolling the fourth largest city now that they have been able to manage to take down one city in Ukraine. What else needs to be done to stop this man?
Well, I think our president needs to grow a backbone in this time, and the House sent very clear message. It was almost unanimous support of the American people, and we are with the people. But he needs to understand he cannot just be reactive with people like that. You know, you need to set the rules, and you need to say, you know what, Mr. Putin, you know, you don't going to do ceasefire, we're going to do this. You don't do it with this time, we're going to do this, and come after his energy sectors, you know, and come after his lumber sectors and some of the other sectors that, you know, financial sector to do completely, get him out of financial system, and also get after some of his other oligarchs. There are a lot of oligarchs that major influences that were excluded, and come after their asses, but set a timeline. Let him react, not us always react. Okay, how many more thousands he's going to kill before we maybe do a little bit of this? Maybe let's wait how he kills more people. No, just tell him, you don't do ceasefire, we're going to do this. Not that, and that then he has to react on this, and he has to take responsibility what he's doing. And I haven't seen president to be as strong as he should be in tough times, and I hope that it's going to change, because it's going to affect a lot of people, and a lot of people are going to die if we don't take some decisive steps and really push on President Putin to stop this insanity and really genocide of the Ukrainian people. And then maybe Russian people will start paying attention too.
Yeah, when is enough with this climate agenda? How many more people have to die before Joe Biden gets the drilling sector and the energy sector up and running again to show Vladimir Putin that the free world will not rely on his natural gas and oil? Congresswoman, very well said. We'll be watching, and we pray for your family. Victoria Spartz joining us this morning in Indiana. Thank you so much, Congresswoman.